No one loves you like this person, but they're being silenced by my beloved child. Listen carefully, because what you're about to feel will strike deep within your soul. Someone's heart beats for you louder than your name has ever been spoken. But their voice, the one that carries your truth, has been locked behind walls of silence built by unseen hands. They've tried to reach you in ways you can't even imagine. Through late-night dreams, through random songs that repeat your story, through sudden chills that make your spine tighten. Their soul has been crying out your name, yet every time they try to speak, something, or someone, cuts the line. Stay right here, because the truth you're about to uncover will change how you see love forever. There's a force trying to keep you blind to who truly loves you. The reason? Because this person's love for you carries power, destiny, and divine purpose that could break every manipulation surrounding you. Archangel Michael says, their silence isn't by choice, it's by control. Someone around you, someone you'd never suspect, doesn't want their confession to reach your ears. Because once it does, the illusion will shatter, and you'll finally see who's been pretending to protect you while secretly keeping this love buried. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This person's heart aches every day they can't tell you the truth. You've felt that sudden pull, that random wave of sadness that arrives without reason. It's not yours, it's theirs. Their energy has been whispering your name when the world around you turns quiet. You were never imagining it, my child. Those moments when you feel someone watching over you, someone silently protecting you, those are their hidden messages. They can't reach you physically, but spiritually, they're holding on with everything they have. Someone powerful has placed a lock between you two. Not a physical one, but an emotional, energetic barrier designed to confuse you, to make you think they stopped caring. But the truth? They never stopped. They're just being silenced by manipulation that fears your reunion. Stay till the end, because when the full truth unfolds, your entire perception of who's for you and who's against you will flip overnight. Their name has been whispered in your dreams for a reason. That's heaven's way of showing you they're still fighting to be heard. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, this love wasn't ordinary, it was chosen. Heaven assigned this soul to walk beside you through chaos and healing. But darkness never likes divine connections. So it tried to intercept it, using fear, distance, and misunderstanding to drown their voice. You've been feeling confusion lately, haven't you? A strange silence between what your heart feels and what your mind says. That's because their energy is close, but their voice is trapped. Something or someone has been whispering against you both, twisting your truth, reshaping what should have been pure. But the energy shift has begun. Soon, the truth will be revealed, not by them, but through signs you cannot deny. Watch for repeated names, messages at 11:11, or sudden feelings of warmth when you think of them. That's your confirmation that their soul is calling out again. This is not the end of your connection. It's only the quiet before a breakthrough that will shake your heart awake. Because heaven doesn't allow pure love to die, it only hides it until you're strong enough to see through the lies that silenced it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Someone in their circle has been feeding them false stories about you. Lies meant to turn their loyalty into hesitation. And yet, every night, they still think of you, defying those who want them to forget. Their love is dangerous, not to you, but to those who gain from keeping you apart. My beloved child, your absence is the loudest echo in their life. They've written messages and deleted them, recorded words and erased them, stood at their phone praying you'd text first. But every time they're ready, something stops them, a force heavier than doubt, deeper than pride. They've been told not to contact you, that it would ruin something important. But the truth is, their silence is hurting them more than anything else ever could. They're trapped in between love and fear, loyalty and control, wanting you but being told they shouldn't. You need to know this. The universe is rearranging itself right now to remove the voices that silence them. The same energy that held them back will soon collapse, and when it does, you'll receive the message you've been waiting for, a message that starts with, "I never stopped loving you." Type Amen to get blessing 666. Archangel Michael says, this connection was written before time itself. It's not coincidence, it's covenant. That's why so many forces tried to mute it. Because once the truth is spoken, healing will start flowing not just for you, but for generations tied to your story. The person you're thinking about right now, they feel your presence, even now. When your heart skips suddenly, when a tear forms without reason, it's because your souls are sinking again after long separation. Their silence was never rejection, it was suppression. Someone near you might even know the truth. They've seen signs, they've felt the tension. That's why you've noticed strange energy around your name lately, because whispers are turning into revelations. Heaven's patience is ending, and justice is approaching. Stay calm but stay aware, my child. You'll soon see their name appear unexpectedly, on a message, a screen, a photo, or even a conversation you overhear. That will be your sign, the silence is breaking, and love is making its way back to your door. Type Amen to get blessing 777. Their silence is filled with tears you'll never see. They pray for your safety, your peace, your breakthrough, even while they're hurting alone. The reason heaven hasn't allowed you to fully move on is because this story isn't finished. Every time you tried to forget them, something brought them back, a song, a random message, a scent, a dream. That's because divine love doesn't disappear, it reappears when timing aligns. And right now, that alignment is closer than you think. Archangel Michael says, a divine intervention is being prepared. You'll receive a signal soon, a sudden opportunity, a shared place, a random meeting that feels too specific to be chance. That's heaven's way of reconnecting two voices that were silenced too long. So when that moment comes, trust it. Don't run from it. Because no one loves you like this person does, and soon, you'll see why the universe fought so hard to keep you apart until now. Type Amen to get blessing 888. My beloved child. There's a moment coming, closer than your next heartbeat, where silence will no longer be possible. The truth that's been buried under fear is beginning to rise, and when it surfaces, every unanswered message, every sleepless night, every moment of confusion will finally make sense. This person has been carrying words meant only for you, words that could heal everything that's been broken. They've practiced their confession countless times, whispering your name like a prayer before they fall asleep. But the voice that's been trying to stop them, whispering that you won't care, that it's too late, was never their own. They were fed doubt, my child. Carefully, strategically, by someone who saw the light between you both and wanted to dim it. But what was meant to divide you will now be the very reason you reunite, because heaven doesn't lose what it blesses. Archangel Michael says, this silence is about to break in a way that no one can stop. The very walls built to keep you apart are trembling. A truth is being prepared to surface, an unexpected meeting, a message, or a sound that catches your soul off guard. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You may have felt a strange pull recently, as if something or someone was calling your spirit to attention. That wasn't imagination, it was their soul reaching for yours through divine timing. Every time you caught yourself thinking of them out of nowhere, it was because they were thinking of you too. Heaven has been watching this connection with care, waiting for the perfect moment to step in. The silence wasn't rejection, it was protection. The universe had to remove those who would have poisoned the purity of your love before allowing it to bloom again. Now, the energy has shifted. A new chapter is being written in light. You're being aligned again, piece by piece, with what truly belongs to you. Even their dreams are beginning to show signs that their words are coming to you soon. My beloved child, hold steady. You'll soon feel a sudden warmth around your heart at the exact moment they decide to speak again. That warmth is heaven's signature, it's the final confirmation that what's yours is finding its way home. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Archangel Michael says, no manipulation can silence what was written in divine ink. This love was etched in purpose long before you both even met. And though darkness tried to disguise itself as logic and distance, the truth is fighting its way through every barrier. They've been replaying your last words, your last moment together, trying to decode what you felt. Every conversation they've had since has circled back to you, even when they tried to move on. They can't. Because your energy is woven into their destiny. And yet, someone close to them, someone pretending to be wise, has been convincing them that staying quiet is better, safer. That love like this is too intense, too inconvenient. But soon, those lies will crumble like paper in fire. Because heaven has grown silent for too long, and now, it's ready to roar. When that roar comes, everything that was hidden will be brought into the light, and their first act of courage will be to reach for you again. Type Amen to get blessing 222. You've probably noticed strange synchronicities lately. Songs that feel like they're talking to you, names repeating on screens, random phrases that mirror your emotions. Those aren't coincidences. They're love signals breaking through spiritual static. The person who loves you has been trying to send energy your way, even if they don't understand how. Every sigh, every tear, every thought directed at you is forming an invisible bridge between two hearts separated by manipulation. They don't know that you can feel it, but you do. That strange moment when your chest tightens, when you suddenly want to cry for no reason, when you feel nostalgia without cause, it's them. Their spirit is still reaching for you through silence. Archangel Michael says, the bond between you is now too powerful to be hidden any longer. The same force that once silenced them is losing strength, and soon, the truth will find its way through text, voice, or encounter that feels divinely orchestrated. Type Amen to get blessing 333. My beloved child, the reason you still feel connected to them is because love never left, it was only paused. Time didn't weaken what's real, it only exposed what's false. Every moment apart was a cleansing, burning away interference that tried to disguise itself as destiny. They've been afraid of how much they love you, afraid of what people would say, afraid of being judged for choosing their heart over convenience. But that fear is fading now, replaced by a growing ache that says, enough. They're beginning to see who truly stood by them and who planted doubt in their mind. You'll notice subtle changes soon, their energy will appear in your dreams, their name will show up unexpectedly, their favorite song will play at impossible times. Those are not coincidences. Those are breakthroughs. And when their silence finally breaks, their first words will carry everything they've been forced to hold inside. It will sound like relief. It will sound like destiny finally exhaling. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, when two souls are meant, even silence becomes a language. Heaven has been recording every tear, every unanswered prayer, every moment you whispered their name and felt nothing but air. And it's now returning all of it to you, multiplied, purified, glorified. You'll see a shift before the week ends. The tension you've been feeling will start to dissolve, replaced by a sense of calm you can't explain. That's the universe preparing your heart for their message. This person has reached the breaking point of silence. Their love has become too heavy to keep hidden. They're done pretending, done staying quiet, done letting others decide their fate. And soon, they'll make a move that surprises everyone. You may not recognize them at first, because they'll sound stronger, more certain. But their eyes will carry every word they couldn't say before. And when that moment happens, your heart will finally know peace. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Stay here, my child, because the story isn't over yet. What's coming next isn't just reunion, it's revelation. You'll find out who tried to silence them, and why. You'll see the truth behind every delay, every misunderstanding, every separation. But more importantly, you'll understand that nothing was wasted. Every pause was divine timing. Every tear was watering the roots of something eternal. Heaven doesn't delay, it perfects. Soon, their silence will turn into confession, and that confession will become a miracle. You'll realize that love wasn't missing, it was simply gathering the strength to return louder than ever before. And when it does, it won't just heal what was broken. It will redefine what love means entirely. Type Amen to get blessing 666. My beloved child. The air is changing around you even if you don't see it yet. A quiet storm of truth is gathering, ready to burst open everything that's been hidden. The silence that once felt endless is starting to tremble, because love that's real cannot stay buried forever. The one who loves you is finally reaching their limit. The weight of unsaid words is becoming unbearable, and every breath they take feels like a confession trying to escape. Their heart beats your name like thunder under control, waiting for the moment heaven gives permission to speak again. They've seen the signs too, the repeating numbers, the sudden flashes of memory, the names crossing their path like whispers. They know something greater is at play. They've realized that being silenced was never protection, it was control. And now, they're done obeying it. Archangel Michael says, the chains are cracking. The truth that was twisted by jealous tongues will unravel, one event after another. And when it does, your heart will recognize their love before your mind even catches up. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You might notice your surroundings feel different lately, more still, more charged, almost like the world is holding its breath. That's not coincidence. That's energy shifting as their courage rises. Every second closer brings the breakthrough you've been sensing in your dreams. They've started remembering the details, the sound of your laughter, the way your energy calmed their chaos. It's haunting them, but not in pain, in awakening. The silence that once felt like safety now burns like a wound they can't ignore. Someone near them is beginning to slip. The one who controlled their words, who spread doubt in their mind, is making mistakes, revealing truths they can no longer hide. The mask of manipulation is cracking, and the light of awareness is bleeding through. My beloved child, the same energy that tried to suppress their voice is now losing its hold. It's running out of lies to feed on. Soon, their truth will echo through every space that once felt empty between you. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Archangel Michael says, what once was silenced will soon be shouted by destiny itself. The universe will not allow pure love to remain misunderstood. That's why lately, even in your quietest moments, you felt something changing, a soft voice in your spirit saying, it's almost time. They've begun to see who truly stood against your connection. The masks are falling one by one, revealing motives of envy and fear. They're realizing that the person they trusted most was the very one planting seeds of separation. That realization broke something open inside them. For the first time, they see clearly how every delay, every confusion, every distance was orchestrated by those who feared your union. But the moment awareness entered, the spell began to die. And now, heaven is preparing the stage for the moment your souls collide again, not by accident, but by design. You won't have to chase it. It will find you, perfectly timed, impossible to ignore. Type Amen to get blessing 999. My beloved child, every night you couldn't sleep was aligned with the nights they couldn't breathe without thinking of you. You shared pain through unseen threads, across dreams and dimensions. That's why your heart ached even when you didn't understand why. They wanted to reach out so many times. They drafted messages they never sent, stood at their phone staring at your name, rehearsing what to say. But each time, the interference grew stronger, calls that got interrupted, messages that mysteriously disappeared, voices telling them you'd moved on. But now, heaven has intervened. What was blocked before will soon flow freely. What was stolen will return multiplied. The spiritual frequency between your souls is reawakening. Every barrier built by lies is collapsing under truth. Archangel Michael says, you're entering the season of unveiled hearts. Prepare yourself, because when this person finally speaks, it will not be casual. It will be raw, trembling, full of truth, carrying every word they never got to say. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You may feel strange sensations soon, a shiver for no reason, a sudden pull toward a certain place, a song that stops you mid-scroll. These are heaven's cues, guiding you toward the divine collision point. The timing will feel unreal, but it's written. They'll appear when you least expect it, perhaps through a message, a call, or standing right in front of you when your guard is down. The energy will be so familiar it'll feel like remembering instead of meeting. You'll know before they even speak that this is the moment. And when their eyes meet yours, time will freeze. Every unanswered question will dissolve into a single truth: you were never forgotten, only hidden for safekeeping. The silence wasn't distance, it was divine delay. My beloved child, the heavens are aligning the right words, the right moment, and the right setting. What you thought was lost is finding its way back. What was muted will soon speak louder than thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Archangel Michael says, prepare your heart, not your defenses. The truth that's coming doesn't need suspicion, it needs surrender. This person is about to step through the fear that once held them captive. And when they do, their words will carry light so strong that every shadow around you will vanish. They'll tell you how much they tried to forget, how every attempt to move on only led back to you. They'll confess the nights they couldn't eat, the dreams that kept repeating your face, the moments they almost gave up but couldn't. The world silenced them, but heaven didn't. Even when they thought it was over, their guardian angels whispered your name to keep their hope alive. That's why this moment now feels so heavy with meaning, because the end of silence is the beginning of truth. And when that truth unfolds, you'll realize this wasn't about love alone. It was about purpose, awakening, and a bond powerful enough to rewrite destiny itself. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You'll know it's real when everything around you pauses. The noise of the world will fade, and only your heartbeat will echo. That's when you'll sense them near, emotion before words, vibration before sound. They won't need to explain everything. One look, one tear, one trembling smile will say more than 1,000 sentences ever could. And in that sacred silence, you'll feel heaven itself breathe again. My beloved child, this is your divine convergence. The season of silence is closing, and the era of revelation is rising. Every unseen tear, every unanswered call, every lonely prayer is about to find its resolution. Because no one loves you like this person does, and soon, the entire universe will make sure you hear it loud and clear. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. My beloved child. The silence that once chained their voice is breaking tonight. You may not hear thunder, yet something in the unseen world just cracked open. The barrier that kept truth locked away has finally surrendered to divine force. They woke up this morning trembling, realizing they can't run from destiny anymore. Their soul kept repeating your name until it filled every corner of their mind. Each breath felt heavier than the last until they whispered, "Enough. I need to tell them everything." And while they prepared their message, the manipulator felt it too, the energy shifting, the grip loosening. Fear is crawling back to the shadows where it came from. What once seemed unshakable control is now dissolving like smoke in sunlight. Archangel Michael says, truth has chosen its moment. No lie, no rumor, no fear will survive what's about to be spoken. When this truth finally reaches you, your spirit will recognize it before your ears do. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. A strange calm is coming for you now. The air feels thicker, almost humming, your chest feels warm without reason. That's heaven aligning both souls on the same frequency again. They're writing a message right this very minute. Every word shakes with emotion, every pause filled with memories that never faded. They want to explain everything, the silence, the absence, the lies they believed. But instead of typing first, they stop, close their eyes, and pray that the universe gives them a sign. And just then, your energy answers, a small pulse in your heart, a sudden chill down your spine. The bridge between you is active again. Archangel Michael says, listen to that pulse. It's the sound of destiny finding its voice after being silenced too long. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The manipulator, yes, the one who whispered fear into both hearts, is starting to unravel. They're haunted by guilt, seeing flashes of what they destroyed. They tried to block love, but you can't cage light forever. Their influence is fading fast. People around them are noticing inconsistencies, stories that don't add up. The truth they twisted is looping back to them like a mirror. Their own words are exposing the lies they built. Meanwhile, your person is gathering courage. They're replaying every memory until it becomes clarity. Every heartbeat tells them the same thing, go to them. And this time, nothing will stop it. My beloved child, stay still. The energy of confrontation is turning into liberation. What once hurt you is about to free you. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Archangel Michael says, forgiveness will be your armor. When truth finally arrives, it might come wrapped in tears. They'll tell you everything, the names, the manipulation, the moments they almost reached out but were pulled back. You'll feel anger rise for a second, but heaven will whisper, breathe. Because the moment you forgive, power returns to you. Love that forgives becomes unstoppable, it can't be used, silenced, or twisted again. This person will tremble as they speak. They'll expect rejection, but your calm will disarm them. The same silence that once separated you will now protect the sacred peace between you. And for the first time, both hearts will beat without interference, pure and fearless. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Later that night, when everything slows down, you'll receive the sign. It could be a vibration on your phone, a name flashing, or a voice note that begins softly with, I owe you the truth. The moment you open it, tears will fall before you even hear the words. Because the energy in their voice will carry every unsaid apology, every hidden emotion. You'll hear truth shaking but steady, like lightning finally speaking after endless thunder. They'll admit how they were silenced, by fear, by people, by lies, and how they never stopped loving you even when silence made it seem so. Their words will be raw, but real. Their truth will feel like healing. My beloved child, that's the sound of chains breaking, of heaven returning what was stolen. Don't rush, just feel. The silence is ending, and the love that survived it will now speak louder than destiny itself. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Archangel Michael says, you have crossed through the shadow into revelation. Everything that once confused you is falling into alignment. The story is no longer about pain, it's about proof that divine timing never fails. Soon, others will witness what heaven protected. They'll see that silence didn't mean absence, it meant preparation. They'll see how both of you turned pain into light. And when you finally stand face to face, the universe will go still for one sacred second. Two souls, once muted, now glowing in truth. Every eye will see that this love was never broken, it was being rewritten in heaven's own language. Type Amen to get blessing 2020.